So as y'all can see from the title of today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how I do my everyday makeup. And I don't wear makeup every day, but whenever I do my makeup, this is how I do it. So if you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, then just keep on watching. And thank y'all for clicking on the video to begin with. Okay, so the first step that I do before I even start doing my makeup is I go ahead and moisturize my face. Disclaimer, I do have oily skin, so in the summertime, I ain't even gonna cap to y'all, I don't even put moisturizer on my face because it just be entirely too oily. We're not gonna talk about my finger. Just ignore it, act like this band-aid ain't there. This is real ghetto. So anyways, I do my eyebrows myself. I just pluck them though. I don't do like nothing spectacular. So before I do my eyebrows, which is the next step, I go ahead and take a mirror and I just try to see if there are any hairs that need to be plucked. So whenever I do my eyebrows, I use the Wet n Wild eyebrow pencil. This is the shade Deep Brown. I normally use the shade Brunette, but I ran out of it. And when I went to the store to grab another one, they didn't have that specific shade. For me, it works better whenever I do my eyebrows first before I prime, because my eyebrows are gonna look completely different and something happens. I don't like it whenever I do my eyebrows after primer. So I just carve out the bottom and then the top, and then I fill in any little sparse areas. I tried to leave the front of my eyebrows alone. Should I zoom y'all in? Okay, y'all can see a little bit better now. I try to leave the front part of my eyebrows alone because it gives a more natural look. I feel like if you fill in the front part of your eyebrows, it's giving 2016. It's giving 2016, and I don't like that. And if y'all see me looking down a lot, it's because my mirror is right here, so sorry. Which I only use my mirror for certain parts of my face, like my eyebrows or like lip liner, like stuff that I need to see up close for. So for the other side, I'm just going to do the bottom first and then do the top. Okay, that's the look that I like to go for. The next thing that I do is I go in with the NYX brow glue. I started using this, like a year ago, and now like I don't do my eyebrows unless I have brow glue. I don't know what we was doing before that 2016 carve out the bottom, carve out the top stuff, which I don't like. If that works for you, then have at it, but I don't like it. But I don't know what we was doing before this, but we should have been using eyebrow glue. Like, it looks amazing. I've said like 30 times, if you like a thick look to your eyebrows, then I definitely recommend using this or any kind of eyebrow glue. Now for the front, I like to kind of push them up because it gives a more natural look. Like that top part right there, you probably can't even see it on camera, but it's like a little bit thinner, not thinner, like it looks like there's something missing. So I'm gonna take the pencil after I do this and fill that part in. And then I push upwards right there. This extra part that's like sticking up, if you can see, this extra part that's like sticking up right there, I would normally cut that off with scissors so that when I push them up, they look perfect. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna do it like that. Okay, so that little part that I was talking about at the top, I'm just gonna take my pencil again and just fill it in a little bit better. There, which you probably can't even tell I did anything on camera, but whatever. Oh, and this little part right here. I have a patch right here missing in my eyebrow, and I don't know what that's from. Like, I don't know where that came from or if I did it or what. Okay, so that's all I'm gonna do for my eyebrows. So since it is the winter time, be reminded it is January 15th, and let me show y'all what the weather is right now. It's 8:32 at night, and look at how cold it is. It's 3 degrees. So if it's 3 degrees outside, it says it feels like it's -12. For the winter time, I use a hydrating primer because my skin does get dry in the winter, but it still gets a little bit oily. When you have dry skin and you apply makeup to it, it clings to the dry patches. So I would rather be hydrated and then get oily in the winter time than be extremely dry and have all my makeup clinging to the dry patches on your face. So I just go in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I use 2 grips of that. 2 grips, 2 pumps. I don't know what I'm talking about. I get oily around my T-zone pretty much, so that is where I'm going to focus the primer. Especially my nose, for oily people. If you know, you know. I don't know why, but your nose, like, if you're oily, it just be out of control. Like, I don't understand. I'm gonna let the primer get tacky, so I'm good. I wish I had a fan. I also meant to say that for one, I don't wear makeup every single day. For 2, I don't like too much makeup. And when I say too much makeup, I mean I don't like birthday makeup. I don't like wedding makeup. I don't like when other people do my makeup, because when they do it, it's just entirely too much for me. I don't like it. It literally makes me look like an Instagram filter. And me personally, I don't like that look. I like more natural stuff. Like, I like to wear my real hair a lot. Like, I don't like to put on a lot of makeup. I just want to enhance my face a little bit. I don't want to make myself look like a whole new person. It looks good on some people, but on me personally, I don't like it. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is go in with foundation. I do use 2 different foundations. I use the Too Faced Born This Way matte foundation in the color Butter Pecan, and I also use the Maybelline Matte and Poreless in the color 338. I like this foundation because it matches my face better, but this one gets more matte. It stays matte longer, I meant to say. The only thing I don't like about this foundation is that it's very yellow on me. So what I do is I mix the 2. So first I'll take the Born This Way and I'll just do some, I'll just make a mess on my face. Call me weird, but I don't like to put foundation on my forehead. Like, that's probably the only dot I'm gonna put right there. Then I take the Maybelline Matte and Poreless and I take a brush like this and I just pour it on there. I get like this much, like I don't really use a lot. And I just swipe like this. So I can already tell that I put too much of the Too Faced too much of the Too Faced foundation on by how yellow it is. But by the time I finish my makeup, it'll be fine. So next I take my beauty blender that needs to be cleaned off and I just go like this. And this is a trust the process situation, because I know right now I look extremely yellow, but by the end of it, I won't. Okay, I promise this will be fixed. How my neck doesn't match my face. I promise it won't look like this by the end. So the next thing that I do, which is a little bit different for some people, is I take bronzer and I do bronzer next. I think a lot of people do concealer next, but I bronze next. So I just do whatever that's called right there in my nose. And the bronzer that I use is the Fenty Contour Stick. And this is a mini version. I've had this for like a year now and it's still not going. The Fenty Matchstick in the color Espresso 05. So for the sides of my face, I take a brush that looks like this. It's a Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I think it's 200. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. I done had this brush for forever. I just take a brush that looks like this and I just blend it out. And I try to bring it up a little bit to get it on the perimeter of my face so that it doesn't look like a harsh line. For my nose contour, I take a different Real Techniques brush. Look, I'm gonna just read to y'all the words that's on the brush because baby, I don't know. Deluxe Crease Brush. So it's just this purple brush. It looks like this. And I just literally go down the sides of my nose. I know this looks crazy right now. Just trust the process. Like I've been telling y'all, just trust the process. Okay, so next, I know this is also a weird step, but this is what works for me. This is what gives me the most natural looking look. I go in with blush next. So the blush that I use is the Cream Fenty blush in the shade 06 Daiquiri Drip. It looks like this, which it is a little bit more on the red side, but I go in with a blush on a powder blush on top of it, and it calms it down a lot. So I literally just take my finger with this. I don't use a brush for this. And if you know, you know, blush is my favorite makeup product. So do I overdo it a little bit? Maybe. Do I think it looks cute? Absolutely. Okay, I try to blend it upwards to lift my face up and not drag it down. Okay, so that's enough of that. Now I'm gonna go in with the foundation. The foundation that I use is the Fenty concealer in the shade 370. And I do the bridge of my nose, which this part I gotta really focus on. So don't look at my face because I know it's ugly. Okay, after I do that part, then I go in under my eye and I go ahead and conceal it. Which I feel like I'm kind of stuck in the 2016 makeup trend because I still kind of do a triangle. Like not a full triangle, but kind of a triangle when I do my under eye concealer. I just do that much though, and then I do a little bit right there. Okay, so this is the placement of my concealer. I do let it sit, which I wish I had a fan for. I do let it sit so that when I blend it out, it doesn't go all over the place. I want it to stay in the places that I put it. So to blend this part out, I am going to take a smaller beauty blender. This beauty blender I get wet, this beauty blender I don't get wet. So this one I use for my foundation, this one I use for my concealer. And I keep this one dry because it tends to blend out my concealer better when it's dry. So I'm gonna start at the bottom and drag that outward. Which you see how the color is going that way, that's why I don't put the concealer right here in that area because it's gonna drag out anyways. And like I said, I don't like a lot of makeup, so I try to avoid that at all costs. This band-aid on my finger is so ghetto. I do have a concealer that is in my shade. So it's the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the shade Chai, which, how I told you in the beginning, the Born This Way matte concealer oxidizes orangish yellowish, and I don't like that. The concealer does the same thing. So I try to not use it. Like I need to find another concealer that I like besides the LA Girl. Like I have the LA Girl here, but I use it sometimes. I'll alternate between the LA Girl and the Fenty Beauty whenever I'm doing my makeup. I do blend out my nose contour last because I don't want to move it at all. Like I don't want to move it from the place that I put it, and if you try to blend it out while it's still wet, it's gonna move. Okay, so this is what the under eye looks like blended out right now. Like I told y'all, trust the process. It's not gonna look like this whenever I get done. So next, I literally take my beauty blender and I leave it flat on my face like this, and I just press up and down. I don't move up and down. I don't move vertically. I just pat it up and down like that, if that makes sense. So I just look down and I go like this, because I don't want the concealer to move. I want to make my nose appear skinnier, so I just leave it right there in the middle. Okay, yeah, so I leave it just like that, and I know it looks crazy right now, but like I said, trust the process. So I put a little bit too much concealer on my nose, so you're just gonna take your foundation beauty blender that you used before, and I just take the bottom of it and I just try to get rid of any excess makeup. Okay, that looks a lot better. So the next step that I do is, why can I not remember? Oh, okay. So I take, this is bronzer. The Fenty matchstick that I use was contour. This is bronzer. Okay, so yeah. I take the Juvia's Place bronze duo in the shade dark. I use this shade right here. My face really don't need to be contoured. Like honestly, I feel like if I contour my face too much specifically, it'll give handsome look, and I ain't trying to do all that. So I just take a little bit and I dust off the excess, and I try to distribute it evenly to both sides before I bring it up. And like I said, I do bring it up a little bit to try to, which I already ain't got no forehead. Like, my forehead really ain't that big, so I really don't even know why I'd be trying to do my forehead and stuff, because it's really not necessary. Do I have a big forehead? Maybe I stand corrected. Oh, girl, I don't know. But whenever I wear wigs, like my baby hairs be touching my eyebrows, and I hate that. I don't like that. Your baby hairs shouldn't be touching your eyebrows. So next, I'll take my powder puff and my favorite setting powder of all time. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. The shade is translucent honey though, for my darker skin girlies. This is translucent honey. Love, love, love. So I take the powder, I pat it in there, I blow off the excess, and then the first thing that I do is I take it down the bridge of my nose, and when I do this, I do a line and a dot, so exclamation point. And like I said, this is to make my nose appear skinnier and give it the button nose effect. So then I tap back into my powder. In this part, I like to press it into my under eye. I'm gonna go in one more time with the powder, do the same thing to this side. I am pressing it in. Now with the access powder, I take it around my nose because I will crease there, so I just take the extra. This is the part where I just really let it sit there for a minute. Depending on time, I'll go ahead and press it in. Where's the brush that I use? Somebody was in here stealing. Anyways, so the brush that I use to dust this bake off, can't even tell you the name of it because I've had this brush for so long and the name's scratched off. So I just take a brush that looks like this and I dust off my chin and my forehead. As far as my under eye, I will try to press it in. Before I dust it away. And I try to look up, well, tilt my face down and look up while I'm doing this so that Any creases are getting set with the powder. And I dust off around my nose. Now, as far as my nose, I just take my brush and I just swipe down. Oh, I look so ugly when I do it already. The next part that I do is how this is like giving like white shadow. I don't like that. Like I don't like it at all. So what I do is I take a foundation powder that's the same exact shade of my skin. This one is the Makeup Forever Pro Finish powder in the shade 177. So this is what it looks like. I just take a big fluffy brush, swirl it around in here a couple of times, dust off the excess, just that away, and I literally just put it everywhere on my face. And in my eyes, this is just blending together the concealer with the foundation. Like everything's getting blended together when I do this part. So I'll just drag it down my neck. And some people might think that this is taking away from the concealer that I just put on my face, but I promise you, if you take a picture with the back camera, with the flash, or with the flash in general, you will still see the bright under eye. I promise you, you will. Like I remember I'd gone out one time and I didn't do that step and I used that concealer under my eyes, and somebody took a video of us at the club, me and my friends, with the back camera with the flash. Oh baby, I looked crazy by the under eye. It looked a hot mess. So ever since then, I ain't doing it no more. Next up, I would set my face with the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, which I don't like. This is ultra matte. I don't like this one. My favorite one is the MAC Ultra Matte setting spray. That's my favorite one. And for the simple fact that I'm about to take all this makeup off, I'm not even gonna set my face. The next step that I do is my favorite part, if you know, you know. So this is the Juvia's Place Blush Rouge, I don't know what that says, Volume 5. And I take the pretty pink color down here. The brush that I use for that is the Real Technique Salmon Nick. Oh. I'm so... This is the buffing brush, which I'm sure you're supposed to use this for bronzer or contour, but I use it for blush. So I just take this bottom one, and a little bit of this goes a long way, so y'all don't want to be heavy-handed with this unless you're going for that look. So, remember, you can always build. You can't take away. Like when you're doing makeup, cooking, anything, you can always build something, but you can't take it away. So just start off with a little bit and then go from there. I do drag it up here because, like I said, blush is my favorite makeup product. So I do kind of overdo it. And do I put some on my nose? Absolutely I do. Because I think it looks cute. Okay, I think that looks cute. The next thing that I'm gonna do is my moles. I just use the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner. I have moles on my face, but they get covered up when I do my makeup. So what I do is I just take some liquid liner and I just put them back where they're supposed to be. I have 3 right here, 1 right here, 1 right here, and I just, yeah, y'all can see. Say I got next, got right now, so I guess I'm just kick my feet up. Smoking all the stuff I need to re-up. Give it all to me, more money. Can't tell me nothing. We out here struggling. That's why we hustling. Never heard it like this, don't lie. You ain't never heard it like this, don't lie. Never heard it like I can barely see them on camera, but I promise they're there. Okay, so next up, this is the part that takes me forever, and it is mascara. I don't wear lashes no more. I went through a phase like 2 years ago where I wore lashes every single day. Like I would cut up my strips and apply them, and I would wear them for like a week and then redo the whole process all over again. But I noticed that whenever I would take them off, I would feel like I was so ugly. So now I don't wear them at all no more. Like Like, don't get me wrong, some looks I will throw on a strip lash and cut it up into sections and throw it on. But for the most part, I avoid it at all costs. Because I don't want to ever get to a point where I feel like I need something to look pretty. So yeah. And plus my natural eyelashes are actually pretty long. So it's like I said earlier, why don't I just enhance what I already have instead of just getting fake ones? But if you like eyelash extensions, that's your business, your project. Have at it. If you like it, I love it. Anyways, this is the Maybelline Sky High in the color Carbon Black, my favorite. I do 2 coats of this. And if you can do your mascara without getting it on your top, your eyelid, I meant to say, then kudos to you, because baby, I be struggling. So if I wore eyeshadow, baby, it would be ruined by the time it got to this part. So after I finish this eye, before I dip back in there, I take whatever's left on the brush and I just swipe across the bottom of my lashes. So then I dip back in there and then I do the same thing to the other side one more time. I'm ugly. I'm crying. One thing about me, I'm gonna laugh at myself. Like, if you don't laugh at yourself, then what's wrong with you? I think I'm a funny person, so I'll be laughing at myself. Got my check and then I finesse. Say I got next. Got right now, so I guess I just kick my feet up. Smoking all the stuff I need to re-up. Give it all to me. Okay, we are almost done. We just got one more. I lied. 2 more things to do. So we're gonna put that back and we're gonna take highlighter. And like I said, I have oily skin, so I don't like to put on highlighter. I mean, I did not say that. I have oily skin, so when it comes to highlighter, I only put it on my nose. When I put it right here, it gives grease ball. When I put it anywhere, grease ball, grease ball, grease ball. So I take this itty bitty brush, which y'all can't even see, that's how little it is, and I take this Urban Decay Naked Illuminated highlight in the color Lit. That is probably, she probably don't even sell this no more. I've had this for so long. Anyways, and you see I still have a whole thing full of it. I take it and I just go down the bridge of my nose and I enhance the exclamation point. So bridge of the nose and exclamation point. That's the only place I put highlighter. That's probably why I still have that full thing. So next, I don't wear liner every day. Like, I mean, not every day. I don't wear liner every time I do my makeup. But when I do, this is just a brown lip pencil from the hair store. The normal one that I use is MAC lip liner in the color Chestnut. That's the one that I would go for. But like I said, I have to look in the mirror when I do this part because I need it to look right. So I just take the lip liner and I line my lips. So first I do the top. Not everybody better pay up. Elevator on my way up. Pay up and put a feet up. Y'all need that new Billy truck. They just mad they wanna be us. And I definitely just messed up, so I'm gonna go get a Q-tip. Take the Q-tip and then just fix whatever mistake I made. Okay, so I like the look of your top lip being like brown and your bottom lip being pink. I don't know why, but I think it's cute. And I also don't, so with my lips, I don't like whenever people draw over their cupid's bow. I like to enhance my cupid bow because I think that is pretty. So I just take the thing and I just do the bottom really, really lightly, because when you go like that, it's gonna transfer. So I don't want to overdo it. So then I just take the pencil and color in some, honestly. So right now, that's what we're working with. And I forgot to say that before this started, I did put some Vaseline on my lips. I take the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Caramel. And I don't pronounce caramel caramel, I call it caramel. So the fact that this is called Carmelette, or Caramelette, girl, whatever. I take this, I take this gloss. I don't know why I'm laughing so hard. Anyways, I take this gloss right here and I only put it on my top lid. So I just take it and go like that. For my bottom lid, I take my NYX Fat Oil. This junk is real good, but I use it in like 2 weeks and I always have to get like 3 of them at a time when I go get it. This is in the color Mist Call. If you know, you know. I like pinky pink, pink lips, pink blush. I like pink. So yeah, pink is real girly and cute. I think that's why I like it so much. Anyways, I take this and I just put it on the bottom. So then I just blend them together. Okay, so this is the finished product, which remember I told y'all in the beginning it wasn't gonna match, like it wasn't gonna pull together, but now, you know, it's kind of doing some. It's looking a lot better and not orange like I was at the beginning. So this is, I guess I can grab my camera. This is the finished look. I think that this is really cute. I think I still look like myself. Like if I took all this makeup off, I think y'all would still be able to recognize me. This is cute, it's real natural, it's real pretty. And that's the look that I go for. I do want to thank y'all for clicking on this video. And I will see y'all in my next one.